Hi all, Megan and Keri Reese here, bringing you Valley and Beyond's top 3 so far 2014. Basically, this is going to be any place we have been to, or bands we have seen in the first 3.5 months of 2014, based on Keri and I's opinions. And for this edition, it is going to be Best New Band of 2014, bands that had their first show in the year 2014. And we will be giving you reasons why we choose each band. Number 1 is the band Rise. They are a band from the Philadelphia area. The members consist of frontman George Rogers, drummer Anthony Baker, guitarist Anthony Galuccio, bassist Garrett Watts. We chose them in the number 1 spot because although they only had the first show this year, and I think it was February was the first show, they play well together. And besides the two Anthonys who were in a band a couple years ago, for years, called Crystal Rock together, they basically never played together before, but you wouldn't be able to tell. And frontman George's energy is off the charts from the second they start the show to the end of the show. After the show, the whole time he's all over the crowd. He's singing in the crowd, wandering around with the mic, singing, dancing, talking to the fans after the show, during the breaks. Not just him, but all 4 of them. They have no problem spending a few minutes with fans and stuff, which is really important when it comes to local bands, especially to be down and making the fans and talking to fans. And it just helps in the future for them to know oh yeah, I remember seeing Rise. They're back, let's go see them. And also, going back for a second to George's energy, he also isn't afraid to jump up on the chair or the edge of the VIP section or something like that and start singing and dancing there. The number 2 band is Sunshine Symphony. The members are frontman guitarist Ricky Bell, keyboardist / frontwoman Christine Bainbridge, drummer Ian Fry, guitarist Pete Johan, and bassist Tim Carrington. We chose them because the professional musicians, who again before the beginning of this year had not played, most of them had not played together as a group or with other members. Christine and Ricky parted ways with the old band in late 2013, and they decided that they wanted to put together the new band, and they brought in Ian Fry, who is Ricky's partner in the duo they do. They brought him on drums, and then they met up with Pete and Tim and decided to pull them into the act. Put it all together in less than 3 months of forming the band. They had a debut show. You could tell it was a debut show if you didn't know. It was really put together with good musicians. It was actually more like 6 weeks they formed the band in and before the first show. And they have good chemistry when they're on stage together as a group. And they're easy to go back and forth when they're taking lead vocals on joint songs. For the number 3 band now, we chose JJ Root Band, who it's formed up of members John Roop, who for years fronted the band Lucky You. John picked up some very good people to join his band. He has a guy named Richie on lead guitars who also does a bunch of singing. He has James as his bass player. Tony is the drummer. And they work good as a band. They had the first show at Sands back in February. It was the first show ever. And actually, I'm sorry, it was the beginning of January was the first show. And until John said something towards the end of the show, something along the lines of, I shouldn't be saying this, but this is a first show. I think probably 99% of the audience had no idea they hadn't played a full show together before. They had just put on a good show. They were tight. They didn't miss a beat. Sometimes when bands are new, to miss beats or to like
not have chemistry together.
Not be tight yet, but they were already tight going into it. And I think that helped out. I think just being able to get along with your bandmates or just liking them in general from the beginning helps.
And also it helps a band perform when they can feed off the energy of the crowd and they can work the room, which they can.
John has no problem going down in the audience, singing to somebody in the audience for a minute. Constantly all over the stage when he's not singing it, which again is a good thing.
Okay, all these bands, you can find video clips or other stories we have about them on our section of the magazine, so check them out. Check them out on Facebook. They all have Facebooks. So just check them all out, find out when they're going to be by you.
If you want to know more about any band, you can just look on the page like she said. Links find them all online or on previous articles that we have posted on them on our section.
Be included in the description with this video. Until next time, peace out all.